Good morning everyone. In this video I am going to show you how my current morning routine looks like. So every day after I wake up I drink a lukewarm drink, and after that I start with some soft movement, usually about 20-30 minutes, and then for the rest of the day any other kind of movement practice can be added to that. It stays more or less the same every day, but over time you pick up some things that you see from other practices, from other teachers, and you feel that that's going to be valuable in your practice at the moment. So my morning practice does evolve. But in this session I am going to show you how I wake up every morning since the last few weeks. So let's start by just standing up. And we keep our feet hip-width apart and bend a little bit softly through our knees and just flap our arms from side to side. Let the weight of your hands give the twist in your spine. And then we let that go and we bring our hands in our on our hips, and we make big circles with our hips from the side to the back, to the other side, back to the front, 2 times in each direction. Then we bring our feet together so our big toes are touching. We bend through our knees, place our hand on our knees and make 2 circles in each direction with your knees. We bring our feet hip-width apart again. Inhale, bring our hands over the side. Make a little back bend if that feels comfortable for you. Then we come forward, bend our knees a little bit, bring our hands to the floor, let your head hang, and softly straighten your knees one by one, softly opening the back of your legs. Then bend deeply through your knees. Your hands come back over the side. Reach up. And a forward fold again, bend your knees as much as necessary, let your head hang. Then bend your knees again, bring your arms to the side. Keep your hips where they are and just let your upper spine twist, bringing your arms from side to side, making sure that your hips don't move. Now we let that go, and now we let our right hand slide along our right leg, opening the left side, coming to the other side, really gently and slowly opening yourself up in the morning. And then we bring our left hand over the side to come in an even deeper stretch on the side. And then we place our feet wide, arms are parallel with the ground, and the right hand is gonna go to the left foot. Inhaling, coming back up, the left hand to the right foot. Inhale, come back up and to the other side. Last one, left hand to right foot. And we bend our knees, place our feet back together. Our hands come on our waist and we inhale, do a little back bend. Exhale, bend through your knees, the belly comes on the thighs. Straighten your back parallel with the ground. Bend through your knees again, roll up, look back. Do that 2 more times, bending through the knees, straightening your legs, having your back parallel with the ground. Bend your knees again, open your chest upwards, a little back bend. 1 more time, down, and this time after back is parallel, we come forward and we make a big circle with our upper body around our hip socket. 1 circle in each direction. again. Bring our hands to the front. Rotate our wrists 2-3 times in each direction. And then our elbows 2-3 times in each direction. And then our arms in our shoulder 2 times in each direction, making big circles slowly and controlled. And we interlace our fingers behind our back. Press our palms together, opening the chest. And then we let that go and we make a fist with our right hand and press it into our left, rounding your shoulders and back. And also on the other side. And then we let that go. We bring our hands in our waist again and lift our knee. Make circles with our ankles, 2 in each direction or 3. And then we also circle around our knee 2-3 times in each direction. And we bring our knee in our chest, open the knee to the side, press your foot back, making circles in our hip socket, 2 to each direction. Also go to the back, bring your knee high up to the front. And then we let that go. Bring the other foot up 2-3 times in each direction, circling your ankle. And then also in our knee joint 2-3 times. And we bring our knee high up on our chest, open our knee to the side, bring your leg back. Make it come through to the front one more time. And also to the back. First balance exercise of the morning. Bring our feet back on the floor, shake it out a little bit. Then make small and slow, big and slow circles with your neck. Rotating it twice in each direction. Come back to center, the arms come up over the side. Reach back, forward fold, bending the knees, coming low. Place the hands on the floor. Walk your legs out so you're opening the back of your legs a little bit more. And then we make big circles around our hip sockets again, but this time our fingers reach as far away as possible, away from us, pulling our upper body out of our hips. One big circle in each direction. And then we come back up. And this is the first part of our morning routine, the loosening the joint parts. For the second part, we are coming down on the floor and we'll be focusing on our core with Pilates and other exercises. So we're bringing our back onto the floor, our lower legs are coming parallel to the floor, and you can bring your hands to the side of your head. Press your lower back into the mat. And then slowly, one by one, lower your leg to straighten and hover over the floor. We do 5 times on each leg. Exhaling when lowering your leg, inhaling when bringing it back up. One more time on each side. And then we come up with our arms reaching with our fingertips forward and doing the same 5 times on each side. One more time each side. And we bring our feet onto the floor behind our bum. Grab your ankles and we come into a bridge pose. Interlacing your fingers underneath your bum, pressing your pelvis up. If this is not challenging enough for you, bring your left leg up into the air. Then we're also going to rest our left ankle onto our right knee and bring a dynamic movement into our bridge. Pressing up our pelvis 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we place our left foot back on the floor. This time our right foot goes up in the air if you manage to. Then we bring our right ankle over our left knee and we press up our pelvis 10 times. Again, into the air in a dynamic bridge. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place both feet on the floor, release your hand, and lower your back onto the floor. Hug your knees into your chest for a moment, relax. Then we bring our hands back to the side of our head and our legs come perpendicular to the floor, pressing through either your heels or your toes or your balls of your feet, so we create a strength into your legs. We keep our lower back pressed to the floor and drop our leg to hover over the floor one by one. 5 times on each side again. One more on each side. And then we reach our fingertips to the front again and do the same 5 times on each side. And then we'll let that go. Give your knees a little hug again. Squeeze and roll from side to side. Now we're coming onto the side. Reach your arm forward. Let your left hand support you into the front and press your right foot into the floor. So you open your legs like a scissor. Your right leg presses into the floor and your left lifts. We lift that 10 times. And after 10, we pulse our left foot up into the air. And then we let that go. Then we come onto our lower right arm and our hand is supporting us into the front. You can bring your right foot back and come up on your knee, or if it's available to you, you can come into a side plank, reaching your hand up. You can also lift your left leg up in the air if it's available to you, but you can also just let them rest on top of each other. Then we make it a little bit dynamic, exhaling, reaching forward, inhaling up, exhaling. So you have a twist as well as a pushing up of the pelvis. Got 7 more to go. And 10. Now we lower our body in the floor. We make a pillow with our hands to support our forehead. You press your pelvic floor into the floor. Let your head rest and then we lift both of our legs simultaneously. Keep keeping your belly button away from the floor. Let that go. We bring our toes onto the floor. Our arms are in cactus. Again, suck your belly button away from the floor. Straighten your arms to the front. Exhale, inhale up. Exhale. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we again engage your core and keep your belly button pulled away from the floor. We're coming to a swimming motion. So the core is staying still and only your arms and legs are moving up and down. And then we let that go. Coming to 5 push-ups, so you can choose to go either over the knees or coming into complete push-up position. We're coming 5 times down, keeping your elbows close to your body. And 5. And then we come into a plank position, so bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders. You can place your palms flat on the floor or interlace your fingers, coming into a plank. So don't sink too low, don't come too high up, just make yourself in a straight line. And then we bring our left foot a little bit in the middle and the right foot is going to the sides 5 times. The right foot comes down and the left foot goes on the side 5 times. A few more breaths in a normal plank. Hold. And then bring your knees on the floor and let yourself go. Then we're turning around to the other side, but for the ease, to explain it, I'm gonna turn to the other side. So this time, we have our left foot onto the floor, our right hand is on front to keep us from falling, and we press our left leg into the floor while our right leg goes up, so you scissor your legs open. Keep strong legs pressing through the balls of your feet. And on 10 we pulse. And then we come onto a side plank again, so the left forearm is onto the floor. Keep your palm flat on the floor to keep your balance. You bring either your foot to the back, leaning on your knee, or both legs are straight. Your arm comes up, maybe you bring your leg up in the air, however you feel like. And we go 10 times in and out. We come down, and the last exercise of this second part is just normal crunches. So we come into our back, bring your hands in your neck, and your lower legs are parallel with the floor again, and we aim to bring our shoulder towards the opposite knee while the other leg is coming down. So the right shoulder to the left knee, the right leg is going flat. Come back. Left shoulder to the right knee, left leg comes down. Right shoulder, left knee, right leg goes down, and we cross. 5 times on each side. And that was the second part where we focus on our core. third part of my morning movement routine consists of some free yoga flow. This could just be some sun salutations, or you could get a little bit more creative. Let's do some flow together this morning. We can start in a prayer squat. So if it's not available to you to bring your heels on the floor, that's perfectly fine. Just press your elbows on the inside of your knees and just feel your spine for a moment, settling into this opening pose. Then we drop our right shoulder to the inside of our right knee, open your hand to the side and open your chest towards the ceiling. Keep being aware that you keep pressing your left knee towards the back. Don't allow it to fall towards the front. And we come back to center, open your knees again, and we sink to the other side. Left shoulder against left knee, arm to the side, right arm up, chest opens. Also the right knee keeps being pressed backward. And we come to the center, we place our fingertips onto the floor, our face goes towards the floor while our bum comes up. You can keep your knees bent if it's necessary. Heel toe your feet together until your big toes are touching. And from here we're going to feel a flow. We move into our spine, coming into a deep forward fold and rolling up to halfway lift. A few times align it with your breath. And the last breath, we come all the way down. Place your hands onto the floor and step back into a plank pose. From here, we make a full chaturanga, or you can also bring your knees onto the floor. Just important thing is that your elbows stay close to your body. Bring your body all the way up onto the floor, flatten your feet, come into a cobra. Here, it's important that you can lift your hands away from the floor, so there's no weight on your hands. Exhale, bring your toes back onto the floor. Your bum goes to your heels. And we come into our first down dog of the day. For this, you can keep your knees bent for a moment and press into your hands so your bum goes up, high up in the air. And then slowly dip your hips from side to side and straighten your legs, opening the sides of your body. And bring your left foot a little bit more into the center and your right foot goes up the air. You can open your hip and let your foot fall backwards. So you really open your hip. We make two big circles in each direction with our knee around our hip joint. Then our knee comes into our chest. You roll through your spine. We really bring your knee into your chest. Press into your hands. You create space for your foot to place in between your hands. Your left knee can drop to the floor. Flatten your foot. We come to open our hips. Press to the front. You can either leave your hands on your knees or interlace them behind your back, opening your chest and really sink forward. Then with the use of your hand or just keeping your balance like this, we slowly drop our bum onto our heel. And with an open chest, we come into a forward fold. Pull your toes towards you. One breath here. Then again, you can use your hands to push yourself up, back onto your knee. Place your hands to the side. Bring your toes of your left foot back on the mat and straighten your legs. Keep your left hand planted onto the floor and open your arm to the side, stacking your shoulders on top of each other. Then we come back down. We walk our right foot a little bit to the side so our right hand can come in between. If you want to, in this lizard pose, you can also come onto your forearms. Wiggle your hips a little bit from side to side, opening up your hips. Then come back onto your hands. And we're going to drop our bum to the back. So we are in a half squat here. We're going to transition our half squat from side to side. So you can use your hands at all times, or you can just use the momentum in opening up your half squat on both sides. Opening, rolling your toes a little bit to open all sides. the other side. And one last time to the other side, and we twist and bring our low lunge over our left foot this time. Lower your right knee to the floor, flatten your foot. Inhale, come up. Let your hips sink forward. Either bring your hands on your knee and let yourself sink forward, or interlace your fingers behind your back, opening your chest at the same time. Now we come up and either support yourself with your hands, or come with your bum onto your heel, and we come in a deep forward fold, pulling your left toes towards you. Keep your chest open, have your gaze towards the front. One more deep in and exhale here. Then we come back on our right knee, hands come on the floor, bring your toe onto the mat, lift your knee, come back into plank, and either over your knees or in a full chaturanga, we lower our chest to hover and flow through in an upward dog. Chin to chest, press your shoulder blades to the side, come back into a downward dog. In the second part, we're going to flow through some warriors. So we bring our right foot in the middle this time, and our left foot comes up. Open your hip, let your foot drop behind. Make 2 big circles in each direction. And then bring your knee into your chest. Press your hands so you can have space to place your left foot in the side. Come up. We're opening up in a warrior 2. And then we open in a reversed warrior. You can either slide your right hand along your leg or grab your thigh behind your back. Now we come to bring our left elbow, left knee, and we bring our hands over our chest. We come to straighten that leg, and we come into a Trikonasana, our triangle pose, stacking your shoulders on top of each other. And then from here we come up. Our toes are pointing in the same direction. We come into a forward fold. You can let your hands fall onto the floor, and wherever your head is landing, maybe it comes on the floor, maybe you're here, just focus on opening the insides of your legs. If it is available to you, then at this point, you can come into a headstand. Wherever you were at, just slowly come back up and point your right toe to the side, coming into a Trikonasana or triangle pose, stacking your shoulders on top of each other with both legs straight. Then we bend our front knee and we're in a warrior 2 again. Reversing our warrior to the other side, opening your chest. And then our right elbow comes onto our knee, the left hand comes over. And we come back into a low lunge, stepping back, lowering your body towards the floor, coming into an upward facing dog. Chin to chest, press your hands, we're back into downward facing dog. Now we step our feet towards our hands, cross our feet and come to a seating. Legs to the front, tuck your tailbone, come to lie onto the floor. Press your lower back into the floor, lift your legs and let them hover over your head. You don't have to come into a full plow pose, but maybe you feel like it already. Wherever you are at, interlace your fingers and come onto your shoulders. Then support your back and come into a candle or stick pose. Make sure you're on your shoulders and not on your neck. You can check this by moving your head from side to side. Then we start playing around with our legs, opening them up. Just make some movement here. Maybe you bring one leg down, maybe the other. And then you bend your knees to come next to your ears, grabbing the outside of your feet. Slowly engaging your core. You roll your back onto the floor, coming into a happy baby. And then you can make some movements however you want. Opening your legs, maybe hugging your knees into your chest. And take a few minutes rest into Shavasana. Your palms coming up to the ceiling. Release all tension. Release all tension on your face, your forehead, your jaws, your eyes, your frown. Let go of tension in your shoulders, your pelvic area. And just relax. And let your body feel heavy. And connecting to the floor. And then you start bringing your awareness back to your body. Start wiggling your fingers, your toes, ankles, wrists, knees, legs, arms. Maybe your hips, shoulders, chest. Maybe you bring your head from side to side. When you're ready, you can bring your knees into your chest and roll onto your favorite side into a fetal position. And hold yourself for a moment. Just feel supported in this comforting position. And then you press yourself up over the side. And we're sitting up. And we're ready to start our day with fresh energy. Have a nice day. Ciao.